In our first lecture, we had discussed about the portrait of a lady, first part of the chapter. Okay, it is written by Khushwant Singh, and till now we had seen that the author has described his grandmother. They both were living together in the village while their parents were struggling in the city, and the author was looked after by his grandmother. His grandmother used to wake him up, take him to the school, and bath him, dress him up, and they both used to spend the time together, and they were a very good friends. Now we will see in the second part of the chapter how the relationship of the grandmother and the author gets changed because now the parents were comfortably settled in the city, and the grandmother and the author had to leave the village and move on to the city. Now, as the years rolled by, we saw less of each other. For some time, she continued to wake me up, get me ready for the school. When I came back, she would ask me what the teacher had taught me. I would tell her English words and little things of Western science and learning, the law of gravity, Archimedes' principle, the world being round, etc. This made her unhappy. She could not help me with my lessons. She did not believe in the things they taught at English school and was distressed that that was no teaching about God and scriptures. One day I announced that we were being given music lessons. She was disturbed. To her, music had vivid associations. It was the monopoly of harlots and beggars, and not meant for gentle folk. She said nothing, but her silence meant disapproval. She rarely talked to me after that. So now the relationship of grandmother and the author has changed. She still continued to wake him up, get him ready for the school, and when the author came back to home from the school, she used to ask the author about what he had learned in the school, and he would say all the English schools and little things of Western science. He would discuss about the law of gravity, Archimedes' principle, which were unknown to the grandmother. So grandmother was unhappy because she was not able to help the author with his studies and all, and there was nothing about God that was taught in the school. After that, when author one day said to his grandmother he was uh, that he was even studying music lessons, she got a little disturbed because according to her, a proper distant community had only the right to learn music lessons, and which was the monopoly of harlots and beggars, and the general community was not allowed to uh, l- learn the music. So that's why she uh, she was not ready. She was not uh, she was not she did not want the author to learn the music lessons. So like so by this we get to know that there is a change in the relationship of the grandmother and the author. Now distance between them is increasing day by day. We will continue with the next paragraph. When I went up to university, I was given a room of my own. The common link of friendship was snapped. My grandmother accepted her seclusion with resignation. She rarely left her spinning wheel to talk to anyone. From sunrise to sunset, she sat by her wheel spinning and reciting prayers. Only in the afternoon she relaxed for a while to feed the sparrows. While she sat in the veranda, breaking the bread into little bits, hundreds of little birds collected round her, creating a veritable bedlam of chirrupings. Some came and perched on her legs, others on her shoulders. Some even sat on her head. She smiled and but never shooed them away. It used to be the happiest half hour of the day for her. So now, so now the author and the grandmother were sharing the same bedroom, but when the author went to university, there was a separate room given to the author. So the common link of friendship, that was the room which they both shared, was now snapped away. So grandmother accepted her seclusion with resignation, means the grandmother prepared herself, and she accepted uh, she accepted that now they both will not be staying in the same bedroom. So she rarely left her spinning wheel. Every time uh, she used to sit by her spinning wheel and wheel spinning and reciting prayers. That means that the grandmother used to in Hindi we say mala japna. So she used to do that, and she used to recite the prayers. Only for half an hour she used to sit in the veranda where all the birds used to collect, and there would be a veritable bedlam of chirrupings. When the sound of the birds is known as chirrupings. And a veritable bedlam of chirrupings means many birds all together making sounds. So some of them sat on her legs, some on her shoulders, and this half an hour was the best part of her day. We will end the lecture for today. Thank you.